In this video, I'm going to show you how I turn AI prompts into custom GPTs that earn me over $15,000 a month in sales, all without writing a single line of code. Listen, I've been selling no-code AIs for about 2 years now, and I'm breaking down the 3 most profitable strategies that are working in our business. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is a custom GPT and why is it such an untapped gold mine right now? Well, a custom GPT is a personalized version of ChatGPT that you configure with your own instructions, knowledge, and examples. So instead of giving generic answers, it performs a specific job exactly the way you design it. Now, these aren't just chatbots. Custom GPTs can run real automations inside the conversation, and this is where it becomes powerful. Inside the chat, your GPT can capture leads, qualify prospects, book calls, and set appointments directly in your calendar. It can process payments through Stripe and make sales automatically for you. So now your GPT isn't just answering questions, it's functioning like a system, and that's why people will pay real money for this once you have them built. Way more than just selling them yet another prompt pack. Okay, so how do we build these things without writing any code? Let me walk you through the whole process. First, you're going to go to chatgpt.com/GPTs. In the upper right-hand corner, you're going to click on the Create button. And in the Create section, you'll see 2 panels. On the left is where we build the GPT, and on the right, we have a preview to test it out as we go. Now, on the left side, we have a Create tab, which is a chatbot that basically walks you through the whole process of creating your GPT, and a Configure tab, where you can fine-tune everything after using the chatbot. To start off, just describe to the chatbot who your GPT is for and what you want it to do. I'm going to be walking you through an example in the diet market using this prompt. Build me a GPT that gives users ketogenic diet recipes based on ingredients they have available. The chatbot's going to ask you a couple of follow-up questions about how you want to name your bot. It'll help you generate a profile picture, and it'll write most of the instructions for you. Honestly, just chatting with this bot will get you about 80% of the way there. Once it's finished, click over to the Configure tab and you'll see everything it generated for you. Here you can make changes or add to it if need be. The profile picture, name, and description will be visible to your users when they open the chat. The instructions field is where you'll put all of the specific instructions you want the GPT to follow. If you were turning your prompt into a GPT, this is essentially where you would paste your prompts in. The conversation starters are the buttons you see here. The end user can just click on them rather than having to type anything to get started with your bot. Now the next section here, the knowledge section, is where you're going to provide 80% of the value for your customers. This is the custom data that your GPT is going to use in its responses. You see, there are 2 big selling points when selling GPTs that make your offer unique from every other AI prompt or product out there. And I'll go deeper into both of these later in this video. However, the first major selling point is that your GPT is trained on unique data that people couldn't get elsewhere. So in this example, I'm building a keto recipe generator. I would upload all of the example recipes and nutrition information that I have. This way, instead of generating generic recipes from ChatGPT's training set, I can focus on more gourmet recipes or recipes that I've invented that they couldn't get anywhere else. Or say you're building a YouTube script generator. If you can upload hundreds of examples of scripts from the most viewed videos on YouTube, instead of just the generic scripts that ChatGPT would produce, your custom GPT would have the flow and pacing of a top-tier video, and that's going to be a major selling point. Same thing if you're selling a sales pitch generator for insurance salesmen. The fact that your GPT is trained on proven, high-converting sales scripts that work is what's going to get customers sold. Okay, so now we have a unique chatbot trained on custom data. How do we turn that into an automation that we can sell for the big bucks? This brings us to the final section of the page, actions. Actions in GPTs are basically automations. We're going to start by clicking the button here to create our first action. Now, an action has 2 parts. The authentication that allows it to connect to an outside service like Calendly for appointment setting or ActiveCampaign to collect leads, and the schema, which are the actual instructions for your GPT. If you click on the examples, it'll load an example schema, which is basically just some JSON code. Now you might be wondering, wait a second, I thought you can do this with no coding. Well, no surprise, you can use ChatGPT to generate this code pretty easily. Just open up a fresh session of ChatGPT and use this simple prompt to create it. create a custom GPT action that, and describe what you want the action to do. An important thing to add to this prompt is give me detailed instructions on how to set up authentication and how to use this action in my GPT. Now, as an example, let's say I want to collect email leads in my recipe bot to add them to my ActiveCampaign account as leads. I would use this prompt. Write a schema for a GPT action that subscribes a provided email to my ActiveCampaign account. Give me detailed instructions on how to set up authentication and how to use this action in my GPT. ChatGPT will go through its own docs at OpenAI and ActiveCampaign's docs to build everything for me. Just copy the schema it provides you and follow the instructions it gives you to put it to use. This method works no matter what service you're connecting or what automation you're trying to build. From here, you will get an action name at the bottom of the screen. Copy this name and go back to the previous section. Next, you want to tell your GPT when to execute this action. In my recipe example, I want to collect email leads so I can sell them my keto diet coaching program, which is awesome, by the way. So I'll include this instruction. After every recipe, ask the user if they would like a copy of my complete ketogenic diet guide. If yes, ask for their email address, then call the add contact action with their provided email. Now, if instead you're building a bot to set appointments, for example, you could use the instructions like, when a user asks for more help, call the set appointment action using the provided information. I'll show you where to get pre-made actions for your GPT that make them sell like hotcakes. First, I want to show you how we're actually monetizing these GPTs. Like I said, there are 3 big ways we do this, and the first way is the easiest, fastest strategy that even beginners can take to the bank today, and that is to release your GPT for free on OpenAI's market. You see, OpenAI has a public marketplace where people can search for and use your GPT for free. Ranking in this market with the right search terms and sending people to your GPT directly from social media can build a user base really quickly. You can monetize this user base in 4 ways. One is create an action that recommends different products and send them through your affiliate link. 2 is create an action that recommends your own product and send them directly to your checkout page. 3 is generate leads by capturing their email address using an action, then start promoting both your products and affiliate products with weekly emails. And 4, use the appointment center to book calls and sell your coaching program. The 2 that are the most profitable for us with free GPTs are collecting email leads and sending users directly to our checkout pages for lower ticket sales funnels. Now, if you want to get started fast and just copy and paste the GPTs and schemas that are already working to generate leads, sales, and affiliate commissions, I have a collection of all of our best action schemas that you can download. Just click the link in the description, enter your email, and I'll send them to you. Okay, creating free GPTs are a great way to generate leads and sales, and it's super beginner friendly. But how can we package and actually sell these things to end consumers? That's actually the number 2 strategy for monetizing GPTs. Now, I'm going to show you how to package and deliver your GPTs. First, let me walk you through how to sell these things, because you don't want to just package your GPT as yet another chatbot or AI tool like everyone else does. Before you package your GPT, you have to answer the question, why would anyone use your GPT over every other AI and chatbot on the market? There are 2 unique positioning strategies you want to use to build the sales hook for your GPT. First, what specific benefits will your bot deliver? And 2, what your bot is trained on. Remember that one of the most unique values your GPT can offer over generic AI is that you've trained it on some kind of proprietary information or data no one else has. Combine a unique data source with specific benefits, and you end up with a powerful sales hook for your custom GPT. For example, an AI YouTube script generator trained on over 1,000 viral video scripts, each with over 1 million views. How about an AI stock trader that is trained on unreleased hedge fund strategies and chart patterns? How about an AI sales script generator for loan officers trained on the most successful closing scripts? Or how about an AI relationship coach for struggling couples trained on the most successful marriage counseling programs? Positioning this way immediately answers the question, why would I use this over any other AI or prompt? Pricing these apps, we've seen them successfully sold anywhere from $47 up to about $497 as a one-time front-end payment, or $27 a month to around $197 a month when sold as a recurring offer. It depends a lot on your niche. The diet and fitness niches, for example, are on the lower end, while the business and finance niches tend to be on the higher end of that scale. Okay, so you have a GPT, you have a great sales position. How do you actually package and deliver it to your end customer? Well, there are two primary ways to deliver your GPT. The first way is you simply provide the public access link to buyers after their purchase. The other is you can use a cheap service to lock it behind a paywall that verifies users have bought your program before it lets them use it. Now, this may surprise you, but in our business, we take the first option. We send our buyers the public link to use it without locking it down. And that's because we normally sell our GPTs as part of a bigger program that includes training, coaching, and assets. Inside the GPT, our chatbots refer to these assets all the time and constantly provide links back to the members area to download them. Now, if anyone who hasn't bought our program uses the GPT because the access link was shared, it directs them to our sales page instead, and we've gotten tons of organic sales this way as a result. In fact, there are quite a few creators who train custom GPTs on their training materials to create like an AI coach, and they use this exact same strategy when selling them. But let's say you really want to lock down your GPT so that only verified paying members can access it. There's a great service that handles this for you called Authflow. You can check them out at authflow.ai. They have different plans depending on how many GPTs you want to sell, but they handle pretty much everything seamlessly. Now, I have no affiliation with them, nor am I even one of their affiliates. It's just a service that we've used, and it's the service we recommend to all of our students who have been successfully selling their GPTs. Okay, so you can use a free GPTs to get leads and customers. You can lock them down and sell them for a monthly fee. However, where does the real revenue come from in this business model? That brings us to monetization strategy 3, building custom GPTs for small businesses. Listen, we've been fetching anywhere from $500 up to $7,500 in upfront fees, along with monthly maintenance fees of a few hundred to a few $1,000s per month from each small business client. What kind of GPTs are landing those kinds of deals? Well, the most successful GPTs we sell to businesses usually fall into one of two categories. The first are GPTs that get businesses customers. These are things like appointment setters, lead qualifiers, proposals and estimate generators for home service companies, and social media content generators for pretty much every local niche. To put this in context, if you approach a dentist that makes $3,000 per customer with a GPT that books an extra 3 to 5 customers per month, I think it's fair to say charging $2,000 to build that GPT is a pretty good offer. Now, the second category are GPTs that save the business owner time. One of the biggest complaints we hear from business owners is they spend way too much time answering questions from clients, their salespeople, or pretty much anyone else on their staff. If you can train a GPT on their product and business information, it will save them countless hours over the course of a week. Things like client onboarding GPTs, frequently asked question GPTs for their customers, or sales trainers for their new salespeople that's been trained on their product line, or even internal knowledge bases that their entire staff can use. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, okay, what are the hottest GPTs businesses are buying right now? How do I position it and how do I price it? You're ready to just run with this and take action? I've compiled a list of the top 10 local business GPTs that are actually selling right now with who to target, what the best sales position is, and a full pricing guide for each one. You can grab it along with the copy-paste GPT actions at the link in the description. Quick question though, would you rather build GPTs and sell them online directly, or get paid bigger checks to provide this as a service to business owners? Let me know in the comments so I know what to expand on in future videos, and be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss them. Because right now, you know how to build a GPT. You might even be wondering, what's the best way to get customers fast? Well, if you want a super sneaky way to have customers sent to you, I have a video that shows you how we ranked our product in ChatGPT itself and got it to recommend our offer to its users. Click here to watch that video next.